All right, back at it on live. First time in like a week or so, but ready to roll. Shout out to everyone on the watching the replay. Gonna get this plugged on all my socials. Kevin, you're more than welcome to come on if you want. We're gonna be on here for the next few hours. All right, gonna get this plugged in the Discord. Behind the scenes, non first. First, we got a whole bunch of people first.
It's good.
Oh, your haircut looks good.
Hey, thanks.
When did you get it done?
This afternoon. A couple hours ago.
Oh yeah, so you just got it done. That's yeah. It looks real well done, like it did in the last picture of the picture at ASD.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think I got it right. I think I got it done right before that one as well.
Yeah, you definitely did. But yeah, we got Kevin in here, David.
Thanks, Kev. Hey yo, Kev, come in here, buddy.
That's what I'm saying, man.
I need to get a drink. I need a setup if we're gonna do this. If we're gonna do it, do it.
Hot tub. Get in the hot tub.
Dude, it's hot out here, bro.
Oh, you're lagging a little bit on us. Keep analysis. All right. Oh, we'll wait for Garrett to stop lagging here. So what I think I want to do, at least at the start here, is get Garrett to do a live example of how he goes about sourcing wholesale products and just the reverse product sourcing method in general. I think that would be very valuable. Just the kind of the wholesale made easy method, or at least what they coined. Oh, we lost him. He'll come back soon. Garrett's internet is better at the warehouse. Facts, Kev. Yeah, I don't think he's been on the stream when he's been home in a while, but we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, we took a week off for the stream, from the stream, but now we're back. It was interesting. I was experimenting with some YouTube Shorts. They've actually been getting a lot of views. Or this one especially, and this one was a really good video. He had this one with Taylor. We got that's like my third most viewed video or something. In just 2 days. So if you're a YouTuber watching this, you might want to consider doing YouTube Shorts. But I'm going to keep mixing those in. I think a good blend of when I'm at my best, one video a day, one short a day, and then one live stream a day. Because the live streams I think have been super, super valuable. And it's been nice to get some of these long form clips that I can go ahead and make into real videos too, like specific, like really good clips of value. Like next time we have Kevin on here, I want to have Kevin do like a retail arbitrage breakdown. We'll get Garrett to do a reverse product sourcing method one. Definitely some OA sourcing, without TA, like just some storefront stalking of people, and just some stuff like that. Just get some nice, 10 to 30 minute clips that are very valuable, that one are great when we're on live because we can hear your feedback live, any specific stuff you guys want us to point out that maybe we're not covering as good as we should be, that also make good semi-edited pieces of content to make individually for actual videos on here. So yeah. Oh, that's a good point, Kevin. Where is Rodriguez, man? Rodriguez is too busy making reels now. Good stream. More sourcing videos. Yeah, today hopefully we can get, if we get Garrett back on here, we can do a reverse product sourcing method live video here. And like while we're doing this, you know, feel free to ask questions on different stuff because, you know, if we're not covering something as good as we should be, like it would be great to hear what exactly you guys want to see because potentially someone watching on the replay can gain value from that as well. Let me hop in. Oh, we got G back. Are you back?
I'm back. Can you hear me?
Yeah. All right. Cool. So everyone make sure to leave a like now that we got Garrett back in. All right. My vision for today to start off, are you down to do a live demonstration of reverse product sourcing manually?
Manually.
Or just in general, like not using Smart Scout, like literally just picking a category, going through using DS Amazon Quick View, showing the requirements for all that stuff. I think that would be very, very valuable.
What's that quick view thing you mentioned? I don't use that.
Oh, you don't use DS Amazon Quick View?
No.
Oh, it shows automatically like that there's one seller on it or that Amazon's on it, so you can filter out really quickly. It's kind of like the wholesale made easy method. We'll save that. Maybe we'll do that with Warner next time he's officially banned on Kohl's. Congratulations. How many are you getting cancels every time, or like have you only gotten canceled once or twice, or like what's the word on that? Because I get canceled by Kohl's like 50% of the time.
Or so, yes. I get you. We can run some reverse searches with Expander.
All right. Do you have any like results pulled up you can show from previous ones? I just want to show like people proof of concept they can actually see stuff because that's like the biggest thing for me. And obviously it's harder because we're like on live, but if possible, that would be cool.
Yeah. Yeah, you should have given me a heads up.
All right. Now, I mean, we can plan ahead better, but yeah, this was kind of an impromptu stream, but yeah. Interested to see that evening. Here's more viewers. Kevin, I don't know. I mean, I think this might be the first time ever being on Saturday, maybe the second. But
we usually do it on Sundays.
Yeah, Sundays. Yeah, good live last night. Yeah, I might have to listen to the replay on that. You guys were saying that was pretty helpful. But yeah, I know the Sunday one's big. It's interesting. I feel like we've been doing these daily lives, and obviously we took a week off for a while, but it was really only like 10 days of going hard like every day. But we need to rip another good streak like that, so I can finish up the monetization requirement. Put Garrett on the spot. He's not even on the laptop. Yes, he is. I guarantee you he's on the laptop. Dude, I don't even think StreamYard, I don't think they have mobile, and it doesn't work on Chrome, and it might not even work on Safari. I'm on Firefox right now. What browser are you on?
I'm on Chrome.
Okay, so I guess the like admin, I guess, version of it only works.
There was one time where I joined. That time where I joined from the gym, I was on it from my phone. It just wasn't very. It wasn't very user friendly.
Mm-hmm. Nah, they automatically refund and cancel orders. You really do hate this.
Yo, get David in here.
David, send me your email on the gram or text it.
He said, "Let me hop in." So what'd you do today, Miles? Anything?
Well, I was actually getting ready a bunch of it. I got home yesterday, but yeah. I'm just getting ready a bunch of videos and stuff. And then I sourced. I want to spend like 10K later tonight. But unfortunately, on the one monitor laptop, it's hard to source and do this. So I normally have to just single task on here. Okay, my boy Omer. Gary, you see this question?
How to convince brands to give wholesale accounts. Yeah. So you're not going to get everyone, right? It's a numbers game. So if you call 100, and we're calling, right? We're not emailing, we're calling. That's
not emailing, calling, showing you're a real person.
Exactly. Call, show personality, show you're someone on the other side of the phone. The metrics and the statistics behind calling wholesalers is about 1%, right? So you call 100, 10 of those, you will win the account. out of those 10, you'll probably land 1 or 2 profitable accounts, maybe 3, depending on how good and how fluent you are on the phone. But that actual phone call consists of a lot of objection handling, overcoming objections, and dealing with their hesitancies, I guess you could say, right? A lot of times they're going to say, we don't want any more Amazon business owners, right? But no, they're going to say, we don't want any more Amazon sellers. The first thing you have to convince them is you're not an Amazon seller, right? Once you get it through their mind that you're an Amazon business owner, that you're a business, not just a seller, that's the first overcoming objection. That is the first thing you have to convince them of, right? Leave it like, yeah, I got a bee that's hanging out with me and I don't like it. That's the first challenge, right? Is convincing them that you have a real operation, you know what you're doing, and you can provide value. The second one is providing that value, right? And I always tell our students, the people we coach, etc., and I'm watching this bee. I'm sorry, I'm distracted. To provide value up front, right? Be prepared. Have a plan when you're making the phone call. Maybe even have a document. And I've with some of the really good ones that we've won, we've come at the conversation with a one pager, kind of outlining some things that we would do, some things that we would offer, kind of outlining maybe a product that we would like to improve. Just to provide that value up front, right? It's a lot harder for them to say no when you're offering value in between their no's, right? If they're telling you no, but then you counter, oh, but I'm looking at your product. Maybe this title we can make more detailed. We can include more keywords in those first 60 characters. Let's add another picture. Let's change that primary image to something more valuable. If you're offering these things and you're providing these things up front, we're talking about specifically reaching out to brands, not necessarily wholesalers. However, when you're providing this value up front to the brands, it's a lot harder for them to say no when you are giving so much free information, right? Just like on this Instagram, Miles and I always provide the free content. It breaks the barrier down, right? So that's what I would say, right? Convince them that you know what you're doing, provide the value up front, be prepared, and
call. Don't just email. I mean, I don't have much experience with wholesale. I have interviewed Garrett's business partner and brother Dylan in 2 different videos on my channel, which he has a beard. He's in like all out Amazon's typically in the title on the videos we post, but you guys can go check those out. And so,
full disclosure, I don't actually make the phone calls. Dylan does. He does all the phoning. He handles all the supply management, supplier relations. I don't. I simply know how the process works.
But regardless, yeah, and listening to Wholesale Made Easy, which is a really good podcast out there for anyone looking to get into wholesale and stuff. But I don't have a ton of experience with it, but I think it really just boils down to not just being like another Amazon seller trying to hit them up. Like they get calls like that all day. I'm sure, anyone can decide to be an Amazon seller and, have an account up and running within a week or so. But it's a lot different from their perspective if, say you're a brick and mortar store, it shows a lot higher level of commitment that you're going to probably want to work together long term. So obviously none of us probably are brick and mortar stores, but showing that, that you do this full time, that you have a warehouse, team helping you and all that, that you don't want to just sell their products. You want to increase the sales, maybe mix in some PPC and stuff like that, I think is very, very valuable. And so on top of just what to do once you find brands, how exactly are you going about finding brands to reach out to?
Yeah, so we leverage 2 different methods, or 3, I guess. First one's coming up soon, right? In-person vendor shows. That's going to be the highest conversion and the most.
What are those? Just to, kind of explain that further.
Right. So a vendor show is essentially a gathering where brands, distributors, wholesalers purchase a stand, right? They set up their shop with all sorts of details and information.
Kind of like a convention, kind of, for people to go to,
exactly,
grow.
Yeah. So it's a commingling of all sorts of brands, distributors, wholesalers that are looking to build relationships and are ultimately looking at and adding to our catalog and ultimately making some purchases and building those longer term relationships. So that's number 1. That's going to be the highest success rate is in-person vendor shows, things of that nature, right? In person. Number 2 is going to be, we use Smart Scout, which is a macro filter, a macro function that allows us to, ASD, yeah, we'll be there. That allows us to filter and do searches on a brand level, not necessarily a product level. We're comparing brand to brand. So say, for example, we're filtering on a criteria of Amazon out of stock rate less than 60%, right? Wait, did I have that backwards? More than 60%. Out of stock rate more than 60%. Yeah. Out of stock rate 60%. we'll say average sale price $25. We'll say average star rating 4 stars. We create our criteria, and then we filter on brands. So it's going to take a cumulative of the brand, average everything out across all the products in that brand, and then that's what the metrics that we're using to search on brands. And ultimately, we get a list of whatever category we're looking in of those brands, and then we just go through and call them. But then we leverage those lists, right? We call the brands, but then we also spider web out, right? We're calling distributors and wholesalers and suppliers that carry that brand. So we're starting with the brand, right? That's ideal.
There's a couple. We'll get to those questions later. I think let's keep it really zeroed in on this for the time being.
Yeah. What was I saying? Yeah. So we start with the brand, right? That's ideal because that's the highest on the supply chain. We always talk about that. Less hands in the pot. We're looking to develop that relationship with the brand and purchase from the brand. If we don't get the brand and we still want those products, then we're going to start working the other mechanisms. We're going to call distributors with that brand. We're going to call wholesalers with that brand. We're going to call suppliers. And those are easy to find once you have the brand that you're looking to carry. And then that's how we do. We work our way down the list of all the different brands. Start with the brand, go to the brands, distributors, wholesalers, suppliers. Finally, we're not sad yet, right? And see what we can get, right? So like we started with this whole conversation. You start with 100, you call 100, you'll likely win 10, and then out of those 10, 1 or 2 will be profitable, and then that's how it works. Rinse and repeat until you start to build your catalog, a replenishable catalog. That's also the key, right? We're stacking products. We're not expanding. We're stacking.
Yeah, that's a good point. I like the idea of wholesale and that it's replenishable in the way some of our OA items we do are replenishable. You can, theoretically, you're doing a whole lot more work than just for arbitrage. You might just go into a store, buy something online. So with wholesale, you're actually talking to the people, you're getting to know them, and then theoretically, if everything goes right, that will still be a profitable store 6 months down the line, 9 months down the line. And I think that stems to the reason of the scalability. A lot of the wholesale model, which I myself have not dabbled into a ton. But yeah, so you would say if someone's just looking to get into wholesale, what would be the route to go in terms of like action plan?
Just starting out, I would actually ditch everything I just said and reach out to liquidation companies, right? There's going to be a lot of right, because the biggest adjustment from OA to wholesale is spending more money, right? You have to wrap your mind around the fact that you're going to have to normalize dropping $5, $10, $15, $20,000 on a single purchase, right? So you're going to have to normalize that. You're going to have to get confidence with that concept. You're going to have to get familiar and be comfortable spending that amount of money, right? So I would almost start with liquidation companies, closeout companies that are getting rid of stock at a very significant discount. Not necessarily going to be replenishable, but it's going to be very discounted. So you can buy large quantities of that stock, sell through it, and start to get your hands in and you get your feet wet and develop those relationships and then just start calling, right? Start calling. That's all I can say.
And you get the phone numbers from typically going on the brand's website, I believe. But yeah, definitely if you're interested in more wholesale content, our friend Danny, who does wholesale pretty much exclusively, I have a few videos with him, as well as Garrett's brother Dylan. I have a couple videos, and typically they're just ones with like all out Amazon in the title, or just. I'm pretty sure Garrett's in the thumbnail on 1 or 2 of them, even though Dylan's in the video. But definitely go check that out. Any other questions while we're here on the topic of wholesale? Liquidation Ohio. Wow, speaking of wholesale and liquidations, anyone going to ASD? Garrett will be at ASD.
So I would say if anyone's going to ASD, first of all, let us know so we can link up. But secondly, do your research. Be prepared. Don't just walk into the trade show blind and just start talking to random people. Go with the strategy. Go with the plan. Go on a mission, specifically looking for the exact companies that you want to build the relationships with, and go with a game plan and then implement that game plan.
Yeah, and ASD, there's tons of other trade shows too. Like there's tons of regional ones. Like you don't have to just be ASD, although that I assume is probably the biggest one like out there. But who knows? I mean, I'm sure there's regional ones that you might be able to check out in your area.
It doesn't even have to be big ones. It could be just like Maz was saying. There's like topical specific ones where a bunch of like what is it called? Makeup like wholesalers and stuff. Like there's so many small scale. I don't even call it I guess conventions, I guess you can call it, whatever you want to call it. There's a lot of them in all parts of the country. Go to them, get uncomfortable, put yourself out there, put your face in front of these distributors, and just see what happens, right?
All right, that's good. Okay, that was cool to talk about that for a second. I'm gonna catalog that to be its own individual clip. That was very good. I wonder what I'll end up titling that. But that was a good clip. Yeah, for anyone that has like a question that you want to ask that might be a longer answer, like you can like DM me that or obviously just comment. But those I think are super, super valuable to not only get to answer you guys' questions live on here, but also kind of like I can pull an individual clip and make that its own little piece of content, which I think can help a lot of people because it's a lot harder, I think, to dig through like, 2-hour long live streams to find a little gem like that when I can do my own due diligence and pull individual clips of those as well. And we can all do some good stuff there. But yeah, Liquidation Ohio. I'll have to check out if he has a channel here. I can't click in through StreamYard, but I wonder if he has context. I don't think me and him have spoken on Instagram at all.
So it's not necessarily a thing called a wholesale license. It's just a seller's permit, right? It's a resale certificate that you get through your state legislation, revenue department, whatever. You start with your EIN. You need the EIN to then get your resale certificate and all that good stuff. And that's the stuff that the wholesaler will require in order to set up an account.
Interesting. My boy Saul. I've heard SmartScout. Can SmartScout be? Someone else told me that.
Someone else told us that. I don't use it. We don't use it for LA.
To be fair, I've only logged into Garrett's SmartScout account like twice. It is cool, but I haven't really.
I didn't even know you had my login, to be honest.
No. Like a while ago when I was considering doing some wholesale stuff. Content, my boy Ivan. Are you Ivan Resells? Ivan Resells is the man. If that's you, shout out to you. He's all active on Instagram, Discord now.
Rodriguez in here?
No, bro. My guy Rodriguez took this one off. We're gonna have to kick him from the group chat.
Dude, I hyped him up too much and he's getting cocky.
Oh, Rodriguez, get out of here. Rodriguez is the man. AST is great for, wholesale. It's good to see product as well. Good call. Okay, that is Ivan. Okay, Ivan, you just changed your profile pic. You just had there's two. Wait.
Ivan, there's Ivan G.
And Ivan G, but one of them has a profile picture and one of them doesn't. And I assume that the same person. Weird. But yeah, I'm going to keep AOA merch coming soon. Garrett, do you have the AOA polo on you? Like in the crib?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Go get it. We want to show the product line. Yeah, that is actually not for sale. 2 of 2. No, 2 of 3 of.
No, Miles. I got Miles one. Miles again.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, so I'll wear that in the videos. That I'm getting Scout IQ merch too. I was just talking to Kayla about that. All right, we're a little behind on the questions. I'm gonna wait till Garrett gets back, and then we'll go into it. Should I find a reel to film? Should I film a reel here on live? Garrett and I send each other reels that have good sounds. I'm like kind of backed up on it.
Let me show you what it's all about. Check it out. Let me show you what. Kind of a big deal.
I just found a good reel sound. Should I film it here? It's gonna look bad. I'll go off to the side.
No, didn't get the polo, but I got an alcoholic slushy. So I mean, we're still in business.
Where's the polo?
It's at the warehouse.
Oh, well, but so is my merch on the way?
I don't know yet.
Oh, well, hopefully it is. Okay, we're a little backed up. Liquidation is where I started too. I would pick a liquidation category that you have some passion for. For me, it was electronics. I've heard that too. Danny, our friend who does a lot of electronics wholesale, he was talking about how it makes it easier to source when he knows that he knows a little bit about the products. I'll be there. Okay, Liquidation Ohio will be in the cut at ASD. You're gonna have to DM us on. I'm not going, but either way, DM me on Instagram. You sound cool. I'd love to get to know you a little bit better.
Yeah, we'll probably set up some sort of meetup in Vegas. So definitely reach out. We'll
link up. at the Win?
My barber today was telling me all sorts of stuff in Vegas to go see.
Cody just tagged me on Twitter. My dog Cody's getting a little active on Twitter.
Cody. Oh.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, Omer. Great question. We appreciate you for the question on that. I've been telling him that he needs to get the AOA merch. Yeah, he does. It's just it's limited. There's only 3 pieces in existence right now. Did you get one for Danny too?
Nah.
Okay, so there'll soon be 4 pieces.
Dude, polos, Nike polos on Amazon are skied right now for whatever reason. They're like double what we bought it for last time.
We'll get good promo on here, definitely, because I'll wear it in a lot of videos, so we'll see it. So this would be great. My main company I started has 2 million.
Oh, you missed one.
That's a lot. We are now wanting to leverage our relationship with partner consumables. So this looks very interesting to me. This would be great. I assume you mean selling on Amazon. Yeah, definitely. Just learning. How do you guys deal with returns? All right, Garrett, spit some game on returns, which a lot of people trip over, especially for the categories we sell. But I'll give my answer after you do, but it's not like a super big deal to me.
So I mean, to be honest, I'm not great with returns.
Neither am I, but
I give stuff to my friends a lot.
Yeah, you're tripping, dude. A lot of stuff I get returned, I can just relist.
Oh, no, I'm talking about if like the tags are ripped off or if it was like visibly worn. Right? If it's
that sucks when that happens.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. If it's just like a shoe that's still in the box, I'll just relist it.
Yeah.
You could sell it on other marketplaces. There's stuff you can do.
But yeah. But yeah, like people trip over returns. As long as it's not screwed up, you can charge, or even if it is screwed up, you can charge a restocking fee.
A lot of times, I'm not really getting to this point, but yeah, restocking fee, you can actually make profit off a return, which is weird.
Depending on how much the shipping was, yeah. Because and I'll always like put it in your store terms of service and stuff that you have that, and you do risk getting a negative feedback from someone pissed about it, but like, you know, they knowingly bought something that now they're trying.
But you're protected with that though. If you get a negative feedback for a restocking fee, they'll remove it instantly.
Oh, that's what's up.
It allows you to charge a restocking fee. That's why they give you the capability.
That's why we do these streams. Okay, here we go. Good question. More gaming. Shout out More Gaming. Very active. We appreciate you. Remember the stream here. How much starting capital do you guys recommend when starting RA? Specifically disposables like health and beauty, toiletries, and topicals. Very specific. What's your specific reasoning on choosing that as a category? And it might be something you know really well, or regardless. But I'm a firm believer that you
told him that those are replenishables, because he mentioned this disposable, right? And disposable is a synonym, coincides with something that's replenishable, but
yeah, synonym though. I mean, or at least like, you know, related.
Yeah. I mean, someone probably told him, oh, the health and beauty disposables are probably replenishable. But Miles, go ahead.
Typically, but and I'm trying to get into a lot of that stuff for OA too. I'm trying to really expand outside just like the shoes and apparel sphere things, OA, and then I'm gonna hopefully become a goat with tactical arbitrage. But I'm not super good right now. But I want to work on it. But More gaming. Okay, how much capital would you recommend? All right, Garrett, let's hear your answer, and then I'll go into mine.
I mean, less than 1,000, right? But this is a business that doesn't require a lot of startup capital because all the infrastructure is already in place, right? You don't need to provide marketing because Amazon does that. You don't need to build any logistical infrastructure because it's all online, right? So a lot of that stuff, a lot of the fixed expenses that would typically be involved with a startup company are not required in this sort of thing, right? So all that's eliminated. I would say a couple hundred just to kind of get your feet wet, right? You can do a lot of damage in the beginning in thrift stores around your house, used books, etc. And all that stuff is super low cost. It allows you to learn the game, learn the processes, learn Keepa, all these sorts of things that are super, super important for building an Amazon business. It allows you to do that at a low cost, minimize your risk, make the mistakes early, fail quickly, fail often, and build that knowledge and compound that knowledge as you start to roll that money into other areas, right? You'll make plenty of mistakes in the beginning, but it's livable when those mistakes cost you $20, $30, $50, right? If you're making a mistake on a $2,000 wholesale order, it's a whole lot different, right? So that's why we always suggest with the people we talk to is start small and build.
Yeah.
The business is gonna scale itself. You don't have to worry about growing.
It depends on what you want to get out of it, right? Like, and like how quickly you need to succeed and all that. Like, some people think you need thousands to start something like this, when I would say, just the majority of people who, make an account probably don't sell for too long, just because, it's not the hardest, or it's not the easiest thing in the world, right? And I don't want you potentially wasting thousands of dollars to validate something that might not end up working out. Yeah, and I would rather you invest less money and validate if you just like doing this stuff, if you like talking, if you like interacting with other sellers and stuff, because that's what's going to take to be successful. And I just don't think you should be risking. It is essentially risking a lot of money up front for that type of thing. All right, my boy, liquidation.
I mean, don't get us wrong. Amazon's a pain to work with, a pain. Right, and Miles knows about some things that happened in our businesses recently. Like, it's not fun dealing with Amazon, selling on Amazon. It's just something you have to deal with to get to what you want, right? That's just how it works.
And profitability and scalability, it's definitely worth it. But yeah, there are
me about that. My bad.
Sorry?
I was talking to Kevin. Kevin, text me about the mic. I totally forgot. It's in my car.
Oh, your audio's bad? Yeah, Kevin copped the mic from you, right?
No, it's in my car. I didn't drop it off.
But yes, he did cop a mic from you. Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So that's a good little clip. I think on how much money you should start with. I'm gonna mark that one down too. All right. How do you guys do? Yeah, we already did that. Starting capital, some sludge boss for a vendor permit number, just to verify that you're. Yeah, that makes sense. Got mine free, state and federal. That's what's up. When are we gaming, boys? What are we talking about for gaming? Garrett might play you in 2K, but I'm not big on video games.
Dennis is my best friend. Yeah, Dennis is my boy.
Oh, really? Okay.
Dennis was the he got married, the wedding I went to a couple months ago.
Oh, he made you pay like $1,000 to celebrate his. That's what you sound like you're a friend. No, I'm kidding. Congratulations.
Oh, that's super funny.
We got Daniel in here. Shout out to Daniel. My boy Kevin. Oh, copyrighted. You hate to see that. Do you guys have training material for wholesale? Yeah, free YouTube videos,
bro.
Yeah, and like the Wholesale Made Easy podcast is really good. Fields of Profit on YouTube is very good. You can't go wrong with like Amazon Lit, Watch Me Amazon. They have YouTubes as well. There's a little more high level stuff, but if that's what you're looking for, you can definitely get it. But Warner specifically has a lot of good beginner wholesale content, as well as the Wholesale Made Easy podcast, which there hasn't been a new video made, new episode made in I think over 2 years for that podcast, but it's very good. I'm gonna toss that up on the screen just so you guys can.
Oh yeah, no, they ended it. It was a hard to stop.
Yeah.
You did a second one. I forget what it was called.
Yeah, I think he only made like one episode. I can't quite remember, but
he didn't
I don't know. I assume they're pretty active still though, because they own Aura, so which is a big reprice there. I'm gonna see if they're if look at what Kevin sent this in the group chat. It was when the bugs were noises.
I had to get another drink and I need to get my phone.
Every single day.
All right. Okay, we're getting backed up on questions.
This is my Saturday drinking cup. King's College, class of 2018, baby.
Mike, yeah. Well, you're screwing around on here, and then you're not sending my boy Kevin's mic, dude.
Yeah, dude, Kevin, that's an L on my part. That's my bad.
That was a while. I mean, I guess it was like 2 weeks ago, but yeah, Garrett, you might be a scammer. So
he never paid me. I was giving it to him for free.
Oh, wait. Let me get a mic then. Hold up.
I told you could.
Oh, okay. Next time we link up.
I used to sell them. I told you guys I used to sell them, and I have like 4 or 5 that are just sitting around.
It's good.
Why
don't you use one? Yeah, why don't you use one too?
Yeah. The Yetis are sick. They're like 250, 200.
All right, strategy to find replens for OARA. Honestly, I was thinking about it. Like, as long as you're not buying from like outlet stores, it's pretty hard not to find replenish and like bolos and stuff. Pretty much everything else is going to be replenishable, unless it's unless it's from like a big sale on a website. But other than that, like especially for Amazon stuff, because it's like the most basic stuff that's selling. Like most stuff is replenishable as long as you're not chasing like a seasonal bolo unicorn type opportunity.
It always comes down to just looking at the data, right? There's going to be categories that are more replenishable friendly, topicals, grocery, for example, because those are things that people like to stay in what they're comfortable with. Yo, what's good?
I had to do it too. Oh, he's trying to talk. Answer this question now. And then
So there are going to be some categories that are more replenishable friendly, like things that people dispose of, like we were talking about earlier, things that are reusable, things that people, pick what they like and stick with it. Makeup, for example. Females use the same makeup and they're going to keep reordering it whenever they're out. Grocery, for example. If someone likes Lucky Charms, they're going to keep buying those Lucky Charms over and over and over and over again, right? So those sorts of categories are going to be catered to replenishability a lot more. However, finding an actual replenishable product is all just looking at the data. Yeah. We don't care about what the buy box is right now. We don't care about what the sales rank is right now. We want to shift our perspective to a more macro view, right? We're going to be looking at the past 6 months, past 8 months, even past 12 months sometimes, to use that and leverage that information that the product gave us to then make decisions for the next 3, 6. Because when we buy something in our business, for example, we're not buying something for the next week or 2 weeks. We're buying something expecting that we're going to sell that and it's going to generate revenue for us for the next 6 months. So we have to use that retrospective data to then forecast and protect ourselves for the 6 months.
David, what's up, man?
What's good, homie? How we doing?
I'm doing good, man. Just implementing some of the stuff that we were learning at the Miami 2021, man. But
he's making his content debut.
Yeah, because I'm not so much on Instagram and stuff. So hello for you guys that don't know me.
Yeah, I'm gonna be on you about that, just like I was on Garrett and still am. But I
plan on making a formal like intro into my. I do post on my story a little bit. You guys follow? I don't know. Yeah. I post on my story a little bit, but nothing. No post yet. Haven't made any videos or anything like that. But I'm not a beginner. I've been reselling for quite a while.
Yeah,
but
it's interesting hearing you talk about stuff. But yeah, kind of shifting more into Amazon and stuff. And I think you were talking about like not being able to give much. Like people want to hear from people one step ahead of them. Because you recently with just getting started with Amazon, you've recently gone through a phase. A lot of people may be watching this right now or watching the replay are looking to get into. So it's super, super important. And because you're my boy, obviously I can, it's fun like hanging out too. You know what I mean?
So it's been a shift for me because sorry.
Go ahead. I was just going to say it's more relatable.
Yeah. Oh, let me get the camera if you want to. My bad. But not going to put myself up here.
Do me like that.
All right. There.
Yeah. So with Amazon, the difference for me is just learning the systems and the back end of Amazon. Like that's the hardest part. And once you get over that and you learn actually how to send in your first FBA shipment, and if you're finding products that are profitable, whether it be retail arbitrage or OA, sending in the shipment, that was like the hardest thing for me is like how to get it.
Yeah, and just kind of validating if the people talking about this on the screens, which in this case is us, aren't crazy and are actually, doing this and stuff. I use TA, but UPCs don't always match. Wholesale automation. All right, anything automation is an automatic red flag to me. But,
yeah, I would say the same thing.
Yeah. But yeah, if you mean like using VAs and stuff, obviously that's not a scam. But the word automation.
There are ways to make your business more efficient.
But you're pushing it the wrong way.
Completely hands off, I'm not down with. There may be people that do it.
Which is interesting because I know people that have have purchased automation that are actually making money on stuff. It's just hard to believe, or at least they say they are. Who knows? But you got to learn how to do stuff yourself before, I would say. I'm
okay,
interested
that.
in
I'm
doing
interested in
RA
doing
because I have a
RA.
lot of stores that do BOGOs near me. For instance, 8 Ross and 7 Walgreens in a 10-mile radius. That sounds pretty good. Yeah, RA definitely might be good for you. I hate RA, to be honest. I would much rather just chill inside and other stuff all day, even if it sacrifices.
That's what I've been doing, man. OA, but it gets crazy when the UPS driver's dropping off like 50 boxes.
That's what we have a Garrett for, but yeah.
Dude, I'm that's where I'm working on right now is getting a prep center down here. Steve, shout out Steve.
Oh,
He
shout
has
out Steve. Yeah, definitely
Yeah.
shout out Steve, man.
prep center here in Fort Lauderdale. I live in Florida, so it's pretty convenient.
Where's his last name?
Oh, what's his?
I'm pretty
He's on
sure.
Instagram. I'll give his hand.
So I mean, so not to discriminate against RA, but the way we coach RA with everyone that we talk to and everyone that we instruct is that RA is sort of like the entry barrier, right? It's the learning curve. It's the living, breathing course that you put yourself through in order to graduate into the other models, right? Because with RA, there's just so much risk mitigation. You buy something, you list it. If it doesn't sell, you could always return it, take that money, take that knowledge, and put it into something else, right? Completely risk-free. You don't have any skin in the game. It's just a matter of purchasing it, listing it merchant fulfilled, seeing what happens, seeing if it sells. Some of it will sell, and then just continue to learn it and build on what you know, right? So that's how we instruct with RA. We don't try and make people millionaires off RA. We're going to make people millionaires off wholesale and OA.
No way, and content.
And content, but not necessarily RA because it's hard to scale, right? When we're talking about RA,
it's specifically scaled with human labor, which is arguably, I would say, the hardest input to scale.
Yeah, because you're dealing with traffic, you're dealing with people's time, you have to manage people's time, right? Because if you're trying to scale, you can't do it all yourself. You have to have runners. So then it comes into play, well, are they using that time efficiently? Then you have to pay for their gas. There's just so many. You have to probably give them credit cards, which has more risk involved, right? You have to have people you trust. So there's just a lot of difficulties with scaling RA, retail arbitrage, than there is OA and wholesale, right? We're just talking about purchasing more, pressing more buttons, adding zeros to your purchase orders. That's how we scale a wholesale. We just add more zeros and just call it a day.
Yeah. When you made your first, did you get declined at first? I didn't. Make sure your documents are PDFs. That could be what it is, and I'm not sure. I assume you mean like the bank statement they make you submit. David, you recently made.
I was declined. I was declined at first because they got back to me like a week later, said my ID was blurry or something. But after I resubmitted it, I was approved perfect, like easy.
Interesting. Nicholas, that's definitely a celebrity in the building. Good to see you, Nicholas. Just getting started with Amazon, but does big numbers, reselling a lot of other types of stuff on other platforms, and a good friend of mine for a few years here. So, Nicholas, glad to have you here for sure.
So we made our accounts long ago, right? So
a year and a half.
From what I heard,
make sure the pictures is clear. Like when you're sending in your ID or your bank statements, everything needs to be clear and legible for Amazon, whoever's reading it to see.
So from what I've heard, it's a lot more difficult to even get on board with Amazon now than it was back in the day. It just seems like people are struggling a lot more to just make their account.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't run into any issues. It was my fault why I got denied. So I think for the most part, people should be good as long as they take the pictures and everything's clear.
Yeah.
All right, Kevin. Yeah, how much is shipping on the mic, man? We're about to be spitting this fire audio once we all get the mics up there.
Kevin, did you pay me for shipping? I don't think you. You don't need to. I'm just saying I don't want your money if I didn't.
On the company card, on the Amex. Just put it on the Amex.
Cody or Kevin, I don't want your money, but if I have your money and I haven't given you the product yet, I would feel really bad.
We're gonna ban it from the stream right now. All right. Yeah, but the struggle is finding that. How do you find those items? So stuff that's so your name is Liquidation Ohio, so I assume you're coming a lot from a liquidation perspective, and a lot of the stuff you're buying, it's engineered to be one-offs, right? A lot of the stuff we're buying from sites that item was in stock 6 months ago from now at a similar price or the same price, and it's going to be in stock months down the line But that's why it's a little. I think it's just kind of shifting the mindset around. And I know that might not have been the most helpful answer in the world.
I have a question for you, Miles.
Yeah.
You say you got replens, right? Like you're gonna get a replenishable item. I know you deal a lot in like shoes and clothing and stuff like that. Is there replens? Because the stuff I'm finding, I'm doing the same thing, and when I
not
get an item and it sells out,
not a lot of the stuff we've talked about, but similar.
No, not the stuff we've talked about, but any items in general. Like, are you able to find that? You're able to find that same item again?
Yeah, well, it's still in stock. You know what I mean?
Still in stock, yeah.
Price, yeah.
It's all about the price point, right? If you're able to purchase that, if you're able to purchase at retail price, then chances are that's going to be a replenishable, right? Because there's no sale, there's no, you know what I'm saying? Like you can go back, expect that price is going to remain the same, and continue to purchase.
All right, Garrett, you want to break down this one for Nick? Good video of explain how just in general, you want to explain how prep centers work?
Yeah, I mean, so I guess the general concept is providing a commercial address for clients to ship things to, right? So ours is in a no sales tax state, so we have the benefit of offering sales tax reduction. Obviously, if you purchase something from California, you're not going to deal with California sales tax because you ship it to Delaware. That's just something that we offer as a prep center. But it's just everything you would expect, right? You buy your stuff, you ship it to the prep center, we receive it, you get notifications when we receive it, we prep it, you get notifications when it's off to Amazon, and it's completely hands off, right? So we're listing, prepping, and shipping all your items.
Yeah, and the way that's able to be done, it's nice. Amazon's advanced enough now that you can give people access to only certain parts of your accounts as well as inventory lab. So it's really a seamless process that you don't need to sacrifice a lot of privacy for.
Yeah, so we don't want any of your information. We don't even need your credit card information for payment. So we have
it's all QuickBooks. Shout out QuickBooks.
Yeah, we have a payment service that we use that does all the invoicing, right? So we keep tracking cumulative all the monthly prep that's done. At the end of the month, you are billed for that month's prep. You don't pay us. You pay the company, and the company pays us. So we don't have your credit card. We don't have any of your payment information. We don't get that through Amazon. We don't get that through your payment. It's completely hands off and ideally efficient for y'all.
Garrett, would you recommend more for the no tax state prep centers? Would you recommend that more for someone doing OA or someone doing wholesale? Because with wholesale, you can have a certificate.
For both. I mean, sales tax is sales tax, right? I
but
mean,
that's a good point on the resale certificate part. But just yes, in general, I would say.
In general, yeah, because
it's going to have less of a factor in wholesale because they are more accepting of that resale certificate, right? With a lot of the wholesale, with a lot of the OA sites, not all of them are going to accept that.
None of them really.
It's just So,
Walmart.
It works for both. But yeah.
Gotcha.
It depends. So it's a numbers game, right? So I have a lot of clients in California that ship to me simply because the sales tax is more expensive than the prep cost, if that makes sense, right? So there's a certain threshold of price per product that once you get above like $9 or $10, which obviously isn't significant, the sales tax they would be paying is higher than what they would be paying us. So essentially, we get paid the sales tax. Is the net of how it works.
All right. Shipping kills profit on OA products. I don't think I've ever bought from an OA site that charged shipping, to be honest. I can't remember if Walgreens does. They might, but either way, you should be buying about the more quantity you buy, the less expensive the shipping is. And any item you're going to want to buy, you're probably going to want to buy a quantity of it.
Yeah, I mean, so I wouldn't purchase anything that has a shipping cost from an OA site. Most of them, 200, 300, whatever. There's a minimum threshold where they start to offer free shipping. I don't really know any OA sites that don't do that.
Yep. Okay. The good question here. Who sells RE plans and guy and makes 400 profit, and it's different in work ethics. It's great. Yeah. So it's just different models, right? If you have a warehouse with employees and truckloads of books, there's heavy labor and heavy overhead, even though you're spending so little on the actual inventory. But the overhead comes out a lot higher than to someone like me who spends tens of thousands a month on inventory, but I have no warehouse, no employees. I don't have to do a lot of stuff that someone with that type of overhead does. So just a differing model. Obviously, any of them can be done extremely.
Go by your goal too.
Sorry?
I said it's all about what you want out of it. Like I'm not here to make $200-300 a month a day, right? I'm here to have Amazon make me a millionaire. Like that's the expectation. That's what I'm here to do, right? There's no doubt that you can run RA stores and make $100, $150, $200,000 a year, right? And that's cool, right? And everyone has their own expectations with what they want. And I think it's important starting this whole process out of what you want out of it, right? There's a difference between trying to make a $100,000 Amazon business compared to a $1 million Amazon business. There's a big difference. There's a difference in what you put into it. There's a difference between how you run it, and then there's a difference of what business model you're going to follow. That's a good clip, Miles. That's one you should clip.
Yeah, let me write that down.
We're at
yeah, it's like 47.
Yeah, that's a good one.
It's interesting. I wonder how like the little like 3-minute. I'll probably just end up starting to post like multiple of the day of like the 5-minute clip ones. But yeah, either way, the value is value regardless of how long it is. So prep center for OA sellers, pretty much. Yeah, wholesale as well. To log in, yes. So you can give them access to a specific part of your inventory lab account.
Dude, I'm not live. Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Wish they had a better affiliate program, but yes, definitely.
I wish Garrett would take on people like me trying to do OA.
Dude, if you can do 18 units.
Yeah, that's the issue. Yeah,
I know, it's just so hard to get 18 units, man.
With the type of stuff you're selling, it's categories.
It's not hard in other categories, correct?
Yeah, because the ASPs, if the ASP is $80, it's going to be hard to get 18 units, but the ASP is 17, big different story.
Yeah, I just love to not have to pay sales tax, like,
Bro,
I plan on doing OA for the next year or so before getting deeper into wholesale, but
I have resellers that send me hundreds and hundreds of units a month. Hundreds.
From OA.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
I gotta expand my product. I'm in a couple different categories, and that was it.
Yeah. No, but it's shoes though. Shoes.
Yeah, shoes and clothes. Yeah.
And they're sending like their last shipment was I think 550 units in one shebang.
But does that include variations? Because I may have like
the same size.
Same shoe, same model shoe, but I'll have 10 size 10s and then 10 size 11s.
Yeah, they were. I mean, they're big scale, but they were doing 40, 50 sizes or 40, 50 units per size.
Oh, I got you.
Dude, Miles, there's no one I'm rooting for more in the Amazon space than Kevin. I want Kevin to succeed so incredibly bad.
Yeah, Rodriguez, like all the homies. You know what I mean?
He just said he's been doing OA for the past 2 weeks. First 20K month coming soon. Put that up on the screen.
All we had to do was unlock my boy, get my boy an Amex, and his whole life changed.
Bro, there's no one I'm rooting for more in the Amazon space than you, Kevin. You got to kill it.
What's up, dude?
Kevin got an Amex. That's where I'm trying to get. I'm trying to get my Amex.
Tomorrow we'll talk about that on the phone. Then I'll help you with that.
No, that's awesome though, Kevin.
It's a screenshot. I have to take a picture of it. Yes, you can take a picture of it and then convert it to a PDF.
About a month ago. Where was I? Something about a month ago. About a month ago, I had to join a live video chat with an Amazon representative to verify my.
Yeah, everyone has to do that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, everyone has to do that now.
I've never heard about that. That's pretty cool, actually. I wish they did that for seller support. So prep centers are for OA sellers, pretty much. So I mean, my ideal client is wholesale client, but there's just not a lot of them that are looking for a prep center. So a lot of my clients end up being OA sellers, but I want nothing to do with a small scale OA seller. No offense to anyone, but like if you're sending me 4, 5, 6 units, I don't have time for that.
We're sure you're nice people.
I did 18K this month.
What's that?
Yeah, yeah, that's definitely. And you're still so new. Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, you got some recently.
Yeah, we go by ASIN units. ASIN unit is units per ASIN. A bunch of reasons behind that. But yeah, that's the minimum. That MX changes lives for sure. Miles is the credit king, bro.
This dog's about barking like crazy. Let's ban Garrett and see if it stops. Oh, it did stop.
Yeah, I mean, I could tell you exactly what it's right there. Yeah, there's no question. It's right there. I see him.
It's awesome. The Amex, man. That's awesome. I gotta get on it.
What's everyone's thoughts on merch by Amazon? I mean, people make 20K per month just designing and posting. Dude, the thing is, you can make money doing anything. It's just a matter of if you put the time in that you will develop what you're trying to do.
Right.
The top of any industry, the top of any market, the top of any business model is going to make money. That's a fact. It's just a matter of if you are passionate about it. You don't even have to be passionate. If you're going to work hard about it and pour gas on the fire with what works. Help me again, MX. What's your credit?
Yeah, well, no. He's my boy. I'll help you. Nick. Just text me. Definitely. Definitely. We can help with that. Oh yeah, you'll get whatever you want. I remember I was talking about this a while ago, but yeah, I'll help you with it.
Dude, that's not exactly true. I had like a 7-something, and I got declined the first time.
Yeah, because you're a bozo, dude.
Facts. We all know that though. That's not a surprise. Dude, I wish seller support did live chats. That would be so much more useful.
If you're watching this right now, leave a like, man. Let's see
while you're at it, while you're watching, you might as well.
Yeah, Kevin hasn't given us an update on the likes. Oh, we're at 9 likes. We got 17 viewers. Let's get that to 20 likes, man.
Oh wow, we're lacking. We're usually at 20, 30, 40 viewers.
Yeah, well, this is the first time we've ever streamed in
Saturday. People are busy.
Yeah, afternoons. Yeah, I think we should hop back on tonight because we're actually going to get off in a few minutes here. Just because I think I'm going to take a nap. But I think I want to hop back on later tonight. Hopefully, get a big crew. I wonder if Warner will be back home. I know he was driving from like Mississippi back to Arkansas or something. I guess. I wonder how long a trip that is.
Bro, David. So obviously we were hanging out with you Saturday night. So things went south very quickly.
Yeah, nah. You were good for me. I just got out of there. I didn't meet up with you guys at Sugar. I heard they didn't let you in or something.
Certain things aren't meant for live stream.
Yeah. We could talk later about it.
Bozos, man. Okay.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Any final questions for the crew here?
Yeah,
I actually wasn't even involved in that, but yeah. Oh, Steven, definitely, man. I'd love to hear a little bit more about your business as well. It seemed like you got.
Did you say he distributes to Amazon business, Amazon sellers?
It was something like that. It's a while up in the chat, but I'd definitely love to hear more.
Dude, send him a link. Get him on here. Have him explain it.
Spending some time with us on here.
Steven, do you want to come on and explain your shindig?
Garrett got the hot tub in the background right there. I peeped that. Yeah, it's got docs in his
real. Just came the other day.
Yeah, man. Okay. Yeah.
Get him the link.
Yeah. If you send your email.
Put your email in the. I don't know if you can private chat it
later tonight. Oh, something. Oh, we're good.
Miles, can you get a private chat from someone? I don't know.
No. But yeah, I think we're about good for today. Then I think might be on later at like 8 o'clock tonight. But we'll see. Thanks for hanging out with us for a little bit. Make sure to congratulate Garrett on his recent engagement, man.
Ah.
See you guys later.